This is section 1 of 2 of the men's 3,000 meter run of the Battle Road Track Club Twilight series. And
not a lot of other meets give athletes the opportunity to run the open 3K on the outdoor track.
That is, yeah, that's very true. You don't see that very often. And it's a pretty big heat. We have 15 runners in this heat. And hip number 1 is Thomas Blanchard, Xavier High School. Hip number 2 is Connor Giersch, unattached. Hip number 3 is Sam Klein, Greater Boston Track Club. Hip number 4 is Nicholas Bertson, unattached. Hip number 5 is Nick Stathos, the Rivers School. Hip number 6 is Zach Conant, Westwood. Hip number 7 is Evan Dingle, UMass Lowell Club. Hip number 8 is Benjamin Lawler, unattached. Hip number 9 is Iber Gonzalez Vidal.
This is the first of 2 sections, the men's 3,000 meters.
Hip number 10 is Alex Crespo, unattached. Hip number 11.
As this race gets underway, this is the first call for the final event of the evening, which is the 1500.
Hip number 11 is Jeff.
Athletes in the 1500 check in the red and white pop-up tent just beyond the finish line.
Hip number 11 is Jeff Goupel, unattached. Hip number 12 is JT Ryan, unattached. Hip number 13 is Josh Broden, Greater Boston Track Club. Hip number 14 is Patrick Sehulster, Haverhill Elite Track Club. And hip number 15 is Keith Johnston, unattached.
Leaders pass through 400 meters, 73.5.
And the seeds of this heat go as fast into 9:06. So 73.5 sounds like it's around 9:10 pace.
This is Nicholas Bertson, followed by Connor Giersch. So they approach 6 laps to go. Field strung out behind them.
Looks like we have 2 breaking away from the rest of the pack.
800 meters, passes for Giersch, 2:24 and change.
Yeah, there's 2 definite leaders out in front, and then a pretty solid pack behind them, I believe.
Yeah, and Giersch really pushing it now. Seems like he felt like the pace was perhaps lacking a bit. He decided to take over. And behind him we have...
And as our 2 leaders pass the 1,000-meter mark, dead on 3 minutes. That's 9-minute pace.
I would guess they are trying to break 9. Good, solid barrier.
Yeah, that's a big one in the 3K.
Especially if they went through a 3 flat through the first K.
We have the 15 at 7:10.
3:37 through 1,200 meters for the leader, Giersch. 4-person chase pack, 3:43.
3:37 is still right on pace for 9 flat. And still Gersh, followed by Bertson. And Gersh is not relenting one bit. But neither Bertson is staying right on his heels.
(1600 meters, 4 minutes 50 for Giersch.
Just over halfway for these two up front.
And the 450 for the 1600 would be just a second or two over the 9 flat pace, which would be a 448 for the 1600. These two are doing very well. Gersh still taking the pace. Three laps to go.
And Bertson takes over through 2,000 meters, 6 minutes 5.
A pretty big gap between 1 and 2 now.
Yeah. Bertson took over and starting to create a larger and larger gap. And it's Bertson with 2 laps to go, followed by Gersh.
And Nicholas Bertson consolidating his lead through 6 laps. She passes in 7 minutes 21 seconds.
Lap and a half left. Is he on pace to break 9?
I don't think anymore. I think you would have to close this last lap very, very fast. But he's still doing great.
Very
great
solid,
pace.
yeah.
Looks like he's going through in 7:59 with 1 lap to go.
Bertson hits the bell just under 8 minutes.
Some pretty good weather today for a 3K.
Yeah, this temperature is pretty nice for the
Yeah.
distance races.
Not a lot of wind either.
Less than 200 meters to go for Bertson.
Bertson kicking it in. We have maybe 60 meters back. We have Gersh followed by two more athletes that are closing hard on dirt.
And this is Nick Burtson
Bertson,
wrapping it up.
In
Unofficially
about
9 minutes 8 seconds.
9:08. Followed, I think, by
Field coming in behind him.
then Zach Conan and Nick Stathos.
Good, how are you? Thanks. That was, I'm not thrilled. It was like the hardest way to run. I wanted to go out hard, because I normally go out this slow. I went out hard. A little too hard. Last 200 was, I don't know, like 54 minutes. Not the way to run. I'm like, I'm glad I just like went for it, but I do more. Next time I know.
All right, strong finish for this young athlete.
I think that's Patrick Sepulster.
Oh, 11.